Hey there, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith here on Next Weather, where we take a little bit of a deeper dive into different weather topics that are affecting things across the Gulf Coast. And one of the things that's going on so far this year may be a real surprise to a lot of folks, and that is we're actually in a drought right now. It's not as noticeable as it would be in the summertime during the warm weather months. And when we get in those warm weather months, there's a lot more moisture that's necessary for the growing season. The trees and the grass, they're drawing the moisture out of the ground with their root systems, and then it's evaporating back out into the atmosphere. And so we can get drier a lot faster in the summertime, but we do have a pretty big rainfall deficit to start the year. So let me show you what's happening with that and what's ahead in the forecast. So far this month, we've only seen about 1/4 of an inch of rain. We're about an inch below normal, but for the year, only about 2 1/4 inches, and we are almost 5 inches below normal with our rainfall for the year. So this is extraordinarily dry. And as a result, the drought monitor says, hey, we're in a moderate to severe drought over parts of the area. The tan color over Mobile and Baldwin County would be moderate drought, and then the severe drought would be in the orange, which would include Monroe, Conecuh, Escambia, parts of Santa Rosa, and into Okaloosa counties. It's also showing up a little bit in Greene County around Leaguesville and down towards Vernal, and kind of stretching over near Fruitdale in the Washington County area. So we are definitely drier than usual for this time of the year. And as we take a look at what's ahead in the long range forecast, this is something we don't typically show on Fox 10. This is the long range projection that's going to take us out through about the 20th of February. And what it's telling us is, even though we do have a chance of rain this weekend, as a rule between the 16th and the 20th, which is really beyond the scope of this weekend, we are looking at drier than normal conditions. And then beyond that, if we go out a little bit further, the 18th to the 24th, still a little drier than usual. So the bottom line is we may not do a lot of catching up on this rain deficit, and let's see what the actual prediction is with the 7-day outlook. Again, another graphic that we probably wouldn't show on television, but what it's showing us is that we could get anywhere from about 3/4 of an inch to about 1.5 inches over our area over the next 7 days. And that is actually, you know, as far as rainfall goes, that's a significant amount, but it's not enough to eat into that 4+ inch, nearly 5-inch deficit that we have for the year. This would be enough to kind of stop the issue from getting worse, but maybe we will still be holding in that drought pattern. So that's kind of what we're seeing there with the potential for rainfall. And if we go out a little bit further with our 10-day forecast here, you know, we've got a lot happening here with Mardi Gras, and rain chances are at 70% on Sunday. So we do have that potential for some showers in the picture, but we're not expecting widespread rain to be in the forecast area as a rule over the next 7 to 10 days. It kind of looks like a dry pattern. So technically we are in a drought across the Gulf Coast, and we do expect those conditions to generally persist. But, you know, this time of the year, we don't need the water as bad as we will when the yard starts growing, the garden starts growing, and the farmers. But what we do have going on is that the water table may be lacking a little here, so we may see some impacts there. So that's an update on the recent dry spell across the Gulf Coast.